Hello, and welcome to this episode of Safe and Secure. Well, Eric, on today's show, I understand that we will meet a relatively new addition of the Southfield Police Department.
That's right, Bill. An award was recently presented to Mr. Aaron Orlovsky, a Southfield property owner, for his donation of a canine to the Southfield Police Department. We'll hear from him, and we'll meet Officer Ashley Smith. Ashley is the first female canine officer with the Southfield Police Department.
We also drop in at the Southfield Public Library to hear Crime Prevention Officer Kelly Buckberry talk about senior safety.
That's right, Bill. And then we sit down with Acting Fire Chief Keith Rowley to get an update on changes at the Southfield Fire Department. All that today on Safe and Secure. The Northland Mall Target store was the location of the Shop with the Cop program that is part of a national initiative designed to generate positive experiences between young people and area law enforcement. 10 children were selected for the shopping spree. Children were recommended for participation in the program by police department members, school employees, social agencies, and family members.
So today we have an event where Northland Target is partnered with the Southfield Police Department, where we're donating gift cards from our store to help local youths in need, to help them develop relationships with local law enforcement. It helps build our partnership with local law enforcement as well and strengthen that. And the goal is just to provide back to the community and give back to the community.
Sergeant Brian Bassett, who works for us, found a grant with Target, and they got together with Target and they cooperated, and they found the way to get money to the kids. They worked with community policing officers, and the community policing officers found children in the community who were of need, and they invited them to come in today and have this event.
Law enforcement often points to studies that show kids who have good relations with police officers are less likely to get into trouble and more likely to seek help from police when they need it.
Each of the 10 young people that were selected were given $100 to spend in any way that they felt was appropriate. To be completely honest, I thought that they would spend it on themselves, but actually many of the kids spent it on either siblings or other people, which I thought was great. But they were allowed to spend it in any way they saw fit.
All parties enjoyed the shopping spree.
I found out from Officer OJ, works at my school, and we're like really close. He's like my third father. It's going to help me a lot because I really needed the money to buy my family some gifts. And my birthday is Saturday, so I'm going to buy me something too. So it really helped a lot.
Police department staff hopes the program strengthens the bond between young people and law enforcement. To learn more about the Shop with the Cop program or the Southfield Police Department, call 248-796-5500.
In response to recent tragedies involving seniors in Royal and Southfield, the Southfield Police Department recently held a senior safety seminar designed to give practical safety advice to the elderly. Protect yourself and protect your home were the dominant themes at the senior safety seminar hosted by the Southfield Public Library. Crime Prevention Officer Kelly Buckberry led the program and focused on senior safety, how to be alert while out and about, how to utilize the Oakland County Sheriff's Office free cell phone program, and how to set up a free safety inspection for your home were discussed.
Basically, our senior community has been concerned about some of the things that have been in the news, and we wanted to reassure them that what we're doing in the city of Southfield and as far as the services that the Southfield Police Department offers. Well, definitely be aware if somebody is coming to your home and you're not expecting them, of things that you should not do, as far as don't ever let anybody in your home that you don't know. Don't ever have anybody do work for you that you don't know them, that they have not been referred to you either by a friend or a trusted friend or neighbor or family member. And know that if something does happen, have an escape plan. Actually know what you can do if something does happen to you, or by either making sure that your phone is nearby so you can call 911, or that you can actually use something if you need to use something as a weapon to protect yourself. And make sure that your neighbors and as far as family members know where your location is and where you're going to be throughout the day and throughout the week. Make sure you're keeping in contact with people so they know your whereabouts. One of the services that the Crime Prevention Bureau offers is that I can actually come out to any resident's home and do a free security survey. Basically what I do is I take a look at your doors, your locks, your windows, your lighting and your landscaping, and give you security recommendations. And it's a free service that's offered to all of our residents. You can give me a call at 248-796-5409. And again, I come out to your home at your convenience, and it's a proactive thing to prevent a break-in from occurring at your home. Well, it's so important that our residents, whether you're a member of our senior community or not, that you're just aware of your surroundings at all times. Be aware of the people that you let in your home. Be aware of who your neighbors are. Be aware of who's in your neighborhood and what they're doing. Be aware that if you do see somebody or something that you think is not right, to trust your instincts and call the police department. We are your friends. We are a very proactive police department, but we also need help from our community too.
For more information related to this and numerous other programs offered by the Crime Prevention Bureau, call 248-796-5409. This past year, the Southfield Police Department had 3 dogs retired from its canine unit. The dogs are used on patrols and for public education. The dogs are also a hot topic on career days at local schools. The police department was able to secure financing for 2 of the dogs from the police academy. The 3rd dog was generously donated by Mr. Aaron Orlovsky, a real estate owner in Southfield.
Mr. Orlovsky, I'd like to present to you a word of appreciation by the City of Southfield and the Southfield Police Department for your continued support of the Southfield Police Canine Unit and the generous donation of Canine Officer Gage.
Thank you.
Mr. Orlovsky was acknowledged for his contribution. Over the years, the Southfield Police have made a number of runs to Mr. Orlovsky's properties, and he is very grateful.
I had a property that was had some serious security issues years ago, and one of the ways I took care of it was I started my own security at the property, canine units, and the people that run my canine unit worked with Southfield PD for each of them well over 25 years apiece, and Southfield had budget cuts and couldn't afford another canine unit. They needed it, and Tom called me and said, you know, we have a dog that came in, someone canceled it. Are you interested in donating it to the city? And I said, absolutely. Southfield does amazing things for my property, and I just wanted to give back.
Tom Stevenson is a former Southfield police officer and is the Canine Co-Coordinator and Master Trainer at White Collar Canine Security.
We set up corporate canine accounts as well as family service dogs, people that travel and they want a good dog for staying at the house. So we set up several family service accounts and corporate canines, protecting large businesses and so forth. Yeah, happily I'm retired from Southfield Police Department. I was here a little over 25 years and head trainer for the canine unit, as well as we were the founding dog in '95. Mr. Orlovsky had some, we'll call them crime issues at his recently acquired Regal Towers. And he wanted to set up a corporate canine account. So with White Collar Canine, we set that up. We train dogs just like police dogs. Same training, same certifications, tracking explosives, narcotics, and it flourished. He went from 38% occupancy to over 95% occupancy. And shortly thereafter, Southfield was down a canine, and because of budget constraints, they couldn't fill the position. And I approached Mr. Orlovsky and said, is there any way you'd be able to consider donating a police dog? And he didn't even hesitate. He said, it's done, I'll do it. And I said, are you sure you don't want to think about it? He said, no, I made my mind up. I'll just do it. He said, they're the best. And he loves Southfield Police Department. We all have a great working relationship, and he did it just that quickly. He wrote the check, and the rest is history. Now they've got the 4th dog that they needed.
Ashley Smith is Southfield's first female canine officer. She has known she wanted to do this for a while. Ashley is very excited to work with her new dog, Gage.
Oh, absolutely. I've known I've wanted to do this. It's been a dream of mine since elementary school, since I was really young. All through high school, I knew I wanted to be a canine officer, and my dreams finally came true. He's a dual-purpose patrol dog. He's a narcotics dog, so he's trained to alert on heroin, cocaine, crack cocaine, marijuana. He is certified in tracking, area search, article search. He's trained to attack or bite somebody if needed. I love it. It's a lot of hard work, but it's fun. It'll pay off. It already has paid off. It's been a dream of mine. It's everything I thought it would be. And the Southfield Police Department's a great department to work for.
Battalion Chief Acting Chief Keith Rowley was hired in 1979 as a 19-year-old rookie firefighter. He takes pride in his work and the Southfield Fire Department. The former fire chief, Peter Healy, recently retired, and in the interim, Acting Chief Rowley is one of 4 firemen who is stepping up to be acting chief.
When I first hired, I worked out of Headquarters Fire Station here as a rookie firefighter. Back then, our numbers were a little higher than they are now. We had about 107 firefighters. Presently, we have 92. Budgetary constraints have required us to reduce our numbers. Although it hasn't, our total run volume continues to increase every year. We're expected to do more with less, which most communities are. The one thing about our firefighters, they'll get the job done. They'll always be there. I never hear them complaining. They get out there and still continue to provide the highest quality service to the community and take pride in that. Our run volume continues to increase every year. Last year, we're up 5% this year over last year, and that's both fire and EMS calls. We actually do, about 7 years ago, we began transporting. We had always been advanced life support paramedics, but we didn't transport. We contracted with an outside agency to do our transporting. And we decided about 7 years to take on the transporting to bring in some revenue to the community. Well, what it's done, it's also provided a better service to the community. It's a quicker service. Our paramedics have their hands on the patient from the time they get to them till they turn them over to the doctor at the hospital in the emergency room. Quicker transports. We're not waiting for a private agency to come into our community. A lot of times they're tied up. So those numbers have gone up, and our actual transports from 2010 to 2007 have gone up over 5% also. So that's quite a workload on our personnel. We're averaging about 34, 35 runs a day here in the city, which is pretty high. We're the busiest department in Oakland County. Over the last few years, we've been taking on a lot more responsibility in areas of technical rescue. We're highly trained here in Southfield in all areas or disciplines, we call it, of technical rescue, whether it's confined space, building collapse, high-angle rope rescue, trench rescue. We have a state-of-the-art training field out in the back of our headquarters fire station now where we not only train, but we do some cooperative efforts with other communities that come in here and train because of the facility that we have here. We may be called on to go into some of our mutual aid communities. So we'd like to do a lot of different cross-training. So really in that area, cross-training is improved. Technology has allowed us to do a lot more in the areas of fire science or fire suppression. We now do what we call positive pressure ventilation, where we actually blow the hot smoke and heated gases away from our firefighters to improve the environment so they can get in and knock that fire down better. There's certain techniques that we learn to do that properly. Thermal imaging cameras are now used where we can see in smoke. Years ago, it was all blind searches. Now we have technology where we can actually see through smoke. That was developed through the military, and we use that every day. We're using that type of technology. Well, in the old days, we used telemetry, and they would be able to see our EKG prior to us getting to the hospital, and things seemed to change a little bit. Then we went to cell phones, but the technology is now that through our EKG monitors, that transmission of the patient's condition can be transmitted to the hospital. The doctor can actually see what we're seeing on the monitor, and if it's for instance, if it's something that's going to need to go to the heart cath right away, they can take preparations and preparing that emergency or the operating room before we even arrive at the hospital, which has really improved the quality of care for our patients. There are changes that have occurred, especially in training, the ability to get the information out to our personnel. We use teleconferencing now. We have a system here where we can actually put classes on it here at our headquarters fire station, and it can be seen at all of our outlying stations. We have 5 stations here in the city. That information, if I can run morning meetings and get information out to my personnel right over that telecommunications system. That was all purchased through grant money, which didn't cost the citizens here in the city, and it was able to be implemented. And I can also put on classes here in the city of Southfield that can be seen with our mutual aid partners. So we can do a lot of really good improved training with that kind of technology. Technology is also advanced where we now use power stretchers. We used to have to manually pick the stretchers up, so some of our larger patients, it put a lot of strain on our personnel. We'd have injuries from that. We have power stretchers now where you push a button and they automatically come up. Some of the newer technology that's come out, CPR, there's a CPR machine now that we put a grant in for that's actually going to be able to do the compressions. So I won't have to have a firefighter doing compressions on a person in cardiac arrest. This machine will do it, which frees my firefighters' hands up to do other things, manage airways, start IVs. And as our personnel drops, those types of technologies are really helping our whole fire service industry out. As I said, I've been here almost 33 years. It'll actually be 33 years at the end of this month. And I have worked with some of the most incredible people over that time period. Everybody has certain areas that they like to specialize in. Most of the time when they do that, they dedicate their own time and energies to getting trained in that area, and then they bring it back to the masses here in the fire department. For instance, one of the individuals that I'm speaking of is one of my lieutenants is Chris Smith. He has really taken on the technical rescue responsibilities here in our department. He has trained a number of our personnel to be technician level in most areas of technical rescue, all the disciplines. And he works, he goes to meetings, and he works timelessly to make our department bring it up to the level it's at. Fire Marshal Dundas is in charge of he's one of our acting chiefs also, and he's in charge of our Fire Prevention Bureau. And they work to keep the community safe by doing inspections, and they go out and do public education for us. And his staff works tirelessly to make sure that the community is safe from the fire prevention aspect. Well, probably 80 to 85% of the runs that we go on are medical in nature here, and that's pretty standard across the industry in the fire service. We have one of the best EMS divisions out of any department in the area, and that's due to the leadership in that area. Captain Colombo is our EMS coordinator.
That's how it works.
Yeah, Captain Colombo is probably one of our more recognizable firefighters here in the fire department, because he does CPR training for the community and for personnel here within the city. He does monthly training and is quite entertaining in his approach to CPR. He makes it fun. He makes it fun for us when we have training with him. He's quite a personality, and it's been a great asset to our department for many, many years. We have certain requirements here as far as training that we have to do on a regular basis, and we have a training captain. Captain Rick Scheich is in charge of our training division. Captain Scheich has come up through the ranks. He was one of our, he was actually a mechanic for the fire department prior to getting hired. He was one of our fire department mechanics. We hated to lose him because he is an incredible mechanic, and he was a lieutenant, and now he's our training officer. Very valuable to our department. He coordinates all the training both internally and externally with our mutual aid partners. He's also in charge of our hazmat division, so he takes on a lot more responsibility than just training. He is our hazmat coordinator, and he makes sure that all of our personnel are up to date on all of the techniques and capabilities to handle any hazmat incident that might come along. Oakway, when I was talking earlier about our mutual aid partners, Oakway is our mutual aid partners. There's 9 different fire departments, full-time departments with the similar capabilities, and we coordinate on training, we coordinate on resources, and we coordinate on operations with those different departments. Many times we'll go up to the Crest Center, which is a facility that was built up at Oakland Community College, and it simulates a small city. The police department uses it, fire department uses it, and we have different capabilities from simulate a high-rise fire to a building fire to motor vehicle accidents. So pretty much anything in the fire suppression area that we could run into up out in the field, we could train with up at that facility. Well, our firemen, they really embrace the community, and they value what we have here and the diversity that we have here in Southfield, which makes us strong. And they try and take part in as many events here in Southfield, whether it's the cleanup of the schools, we do a spring cleanup, a River Rouge cleanup, Veterans Day, our Honor Guard always takes part in Veterans Day and Memorial Day. They do a lot of these, get involved in a lot of these community events on their own time. We ask a lot of them, and I have over the years been amazed at how much time and energy and love they devote back to the community because they know that's why they're here. They know they're not here for themselves. They're here to provide a service to the community, and that's what they want. That's what they want to do, and that's what they continue to do. And that's why I love being part of this department.
Well, we hope you are as excited as we are about the good work the Southfield Police and Fire Departments are doing. Feel free to go to the city's website for more information about events and programs sponsored by the Police and Fire Departments.
Until then, remember, we are looking out for you and working to keep you safe and secure.